Hey there, it's Arsenine and welcome back to the channel. We're back at it with Red Dead Redemption 2 again, and today we're gonna see how much we can just break. We have a lot of stuff that we have to do today, so let's just get it started. So the first things first, I'm gonna need a better horse. Now there's nothing wrong with the White Arabian, it's basically the best horse you can get normally, but if you know me, normal is not really part of my dictionary. Now the only way you could get the horse that I actually want is by playing the game. But since we don't want to progress too much today, I'm going to settle with this mission, which is the easiest, quickest and safest way to get one. You start by following John and Javier with the mission until you reach the point where they make a hard left. This is where you ignore all instruction and just beeline it for the stables, allowing you to interact with any of the 3 prize horses on display. Unfortunately, you cannot keep all of the 3 horses lah, so choose wisely. But frankly, I went with this massive stallion myself called the Turkoman. It's the only horse here that you can't get as Arthur. Why? Well, the White Arabian can be found in the wild, and the Black Arabian does not have to be found, but instead can be bought really easily with all the millions I have. Ah, the fruits of capitalism. God bless. Anyways, let's go back to taming this beast. So what you really need to do is that you just need to feed him a bunch of food or give him a bunch of pets and brushes, giving you those horse bonding icons. And eventually, once I've pet him enough, the horse bonding levels up and the temporary horse icon shows up. So let me just gingerly leave this place undetected by going out the main door and meet back with Javier and John. Now all we need to do is take these horses to the idiot brothers to sell them for money. Obviously, we end up as the prize idiots because we got shortchanged for a lot of the money that they were actually worth, but that's okay because in the grand scheme of everything, I still got gold for this mission, and I got gold in the sense that I got the best horse in the game.
Hello, horse. I shall call you Tesco.
Obviously, I'm not gonna call him Tesco. I think I'm gonna call him Stolen, because that's what he is. Anyway, Stolen and I have much to do, but first, I gotta get my face caved in by the O'Driscolls. And hey, Stolen waited for me to, go back to him before I could run back. That was really great of Stolen, and frankly, the only time he let me down, well, technically I let him down, was when I tripped and I fell forward. Even so, Stolen took the time to slowly walk all the way back to camp, all by himself, and after a few weeks of actual sleeping, I was starting to look like lore accurate Arthur, which is a bit too much facial hair if you ask me, so I think I'll shave after this. But while I was on my way to Saint Denis, some random lady on the street while wandering the overworld stopped me and asked for a race. So why would I deny her, especially since I got one of the best horses in the game? Only for myself to slowly flip out and basically have the horse crash on me. Luckily he did not die, and I thought I lost the race, only to find out that her horse got stalled by a deer, allowing me to finish the race handily.
Well, I bought a stalled horse.
Why are you salty? It's just a race. Where was I? Oh yes, right. The races reminded me of something really important. I'm talking about the famous gunslingers, by the way, from this gunslinger quest. So there are mainly 4 gunslingers to talk to, and since they are not really important parts of the quest, I'm just gonna show them on screen at the same time. And the most important thing is having fun. Out of the 4, the lady was the most cordial with my greeting. The rest had me chase them, work for them, or track them through difficult terrain. And all I had left was just their guns to show for it. But fame has its price lah, and I think they are glad to have paid it in full. Now all I have to do is take a bunch of candid photos of a bunch of dead men. Oh hey, welcome back. I know it's pretty abrupt how I basically cut to Sean dying when I said dead men, but hey, hear me out. We had to do something dramatic, okay? So basically we dealt with the Braithwaites at their manor, and then we heard that John's son was given to Angelo Bronte. Asking around at a bar got me this random drunk who told me all about him, in great detail by the way, and he said to go and talk to some street urchins. Of course, the kids would know everything after all. Oh, how cute. You're robbing me. Huh. Now let me show you what happens when you rob me.
You little bastard! I was just playing! Give my thanks back. Here. Bronte? At home. Where? The big house on Flavian Street opposite the park. Okay.
Well, that was a fun way to lose 6 million and gain it back.
Yeah.
Now, I just have to report back to Dutch that my wallet got stolen by a bunch of street urchins and that I know where Bronte is. So hey, it's time to pay him a social call. But before I could do any of that, I literally got my pocket picked by a random dude this time. So it's time for me to take back my money, knock him out for taking my money, and then taking an advance on his own paycheck. No honor loss means I'm doing the right thing here, so I should spend it on a bunch of random guns that I will probably never use again before I pay Bronte the actual social call we were talking about. Well, that turned out exactly how I expected. So we were sent on an errand to basically go and grave rob some place, and obviously we got ambushed. So the only way to deal with that is to fight our way out of here. Now, normally you could have just walked out silently and not draw any attention, but if you want to explore New Austin, all of it, albeit at night, you have to do something heinous. So we just shoot this guy and we make our way out of here. You gotta keep killing anyone who stands in your way, and you gotta ride out of town really quick. So what you have to do is circle back into Saint Denis, avoiding the law, obviously, but this will make it much easier because at least you don't have to drag John around with you, mainly because he's so irresponsible with what he can do, and he could just drag you down with his death. His death would obviously restart the mission, and I don't want to do that. And after we have done all of that, we can circle back into the actual main town, dropping John off at Angelo Bronte's mansion daycare. As I'm seeing him off like an over-concerned parent dropping their kid off at the daycare for the very first time, I at least know that the mission is safe and that John will not be able to cause me more grief by dying. But before going to New Austin, I gotta pay the two idiot brothers a visit because they scammed me of all the money the horses were worth. The only way you can do this is by selling the horses right back to them, and you can actually repeat this an indefinite number of times, which is another sort of glitch. The reason why you can do this is because technically, since you are in a mission, you cannot lose your horse, so you can sell them indefinitely. The best thing you should do is to sell your horse when it has reached the max bonding rank. That way you can get the most money possible. And as you can see, I gained the money and my horse is still here. That's all fine and dandy, but I don't need all the money, so let me just beat this guy, and because he punched me and knocked my hat off, it's time for him to die. Perfect. Now let's go on to New Austin, after picking up my hat, of course. So there's nothing much to really say about New Austin. The only thing I do have to mention is that it took me a really long time to explore all of it. And I do mean a really long time, and a really long time at that. Basically the entire recording of me throughout all of New Austin for me to catalog all the new animals, the new gangs, and getting some of the new clothes that you can get there. Took me the better half of 3 hours, mainly because I didn't do it in the most efficient way and because I was stubborn enough to want to explore the entire area. But as a result of that, I did manage to fill up the compendium quite a fair bit. But in order to make it not that boring for you guys, I decided to leave the entire selling point of exploring New Austin here. So basically what happened when I was trying to explore New Austin last time was that the sniper was firing at full auto and I had no chance to literally dodge, because the second I stepped out of my carriage I would be shot to hell and back. As a result of this, and only on this mission specifically, you should attract and then ditch the law subsequently with John. That way, the law won't chase you all the way into New Austin when you enter and cross the border of Blackwater. This allows you full reign of New Austin, and I'm pretty sure this mission specifically has no sniper, so you don't have to worry about getting your hits sniped off during this mission. Anyways, the main point of what I was here for was the Otis Miller revolver, which is easily the most beautiful revolver in the entire game lah. So that's kind of why I wanted to get this, and so I can dual wield it with the Callaway revolver, which basically both of them are basically special Schofield revolvers that you can only get from certain characters. So as a result of this, I am now running two of the most beautiful and unique revolvers in the entire game. I have also explored all of New Austin, so with all of that already being said, I'm pretty sure Angelo Bronte wants me to go and pick up Jack and John from his daycare, and I've waited long enough, so I'm just gonna go there right now and continue the mission.
He took your time.
That I did, but then again, did I really take a long time? It's been, nighttime for many hours, which would be in-game days, and I'm pretty sure that doesn't count. So all I took was maybe, 10 minutes? Now for the next few parts, I'm gonna dress well because I'm going to a party, and I'm gonna dress well because I have to gamble pretty high stakes poker and, make a lot of money. But thanks to that, I got my hands on this really nice looking thing. I look damn good. Looks aside though, that can only mean one thing. Since it is chapter 4, it means I can safely ride all the way to Annesburg so I can continue and finally complete the Jim Boy Calloway Outlaw Gunslinger quest. So basically I had to capture Slim Grant, who was a deputy now, deliver him to Jim Boy Calloway, Calloway, only for Jim to just shoot him in the back, because that's the Jim Boy Calloway. Since he was, way song about that, he wanted to challenge me to a gunfight. And to be fair, I wanted to play fair, so I wanted to draw my gun slowly like the game wanted me to. But the second I drew my gun, he just shot me dead. Wait a second, that's his left hand. Hold on, didn't he use his right hand when I first stole the gun from him? Yes, he did. He changed his hand. Well, that's not fair. I wanted to aim his right hand, And anyway, since he did that, I was going to do what any sane person would do, which is to redo the whole mission again so that I can duel him properly. And oh no, I died again. I was pretty pissed off at this point in time, considering the fact that I replayed this entire mission twice, even though I could just retry the checkpoint. If he was gonna play dirty, then I wasn't gonna play fair either. So the second I retried the checkpoint, I auto-marked everything by spamming and just letting loose all over his right hand, which somehow killed him. And now I get to enjoy the nice waterfall crashing in the background. And no, before you're wondering, I cannot pick up the Calloway revolver a second time. I know, would have been cool, and frankly, if you use anything like a generative AI, they'll probably tell you that you can have 2 Calloway revolver, but that's not true. You just cannot pick up the second one. And the second you leave the area, it despawns, because it kind of expected you to already have it. I guess it was kind of like an inception that I killed him with his own revolver, even though he drew his own revolver against me. That's probably why he quick drew anyways, right? Maybe he wasn't happy that I stole it from him all those months ago. But hey, I won fair and square, and that's the most important thing and the only thing that matters. Speaking of fair and square,
I bought it fair and square. Take the damn thing, son of a...
fair and square has nothing to do with that, by the way. That's what you call good business. And just because I have the high honor Arthur suit doesn't mean I have to be a good person. I have all of chapter 6 to fix that after all with the 1.5 rep booster. Or so I thought. Literally as I was free roaming after the Mary mission that was pretty lovely, honestly, I was ambushed quickly and swiftly by the Lemoyne Raiders that were packing a fucking Maxim gun, or a machine gun of its time. Normally, I wouldn't care too much about the fact that the raiders would ambush me since I could just outrun them, but because they had the Maxim gun, there was a very high chance they could have killed Stolen, and I actually experienced this and had to reload this one time. But when they kill your, stolen horse, it's lost forever, and not in the sense that it's lost, you cannot get it back because, you are dead and you don't have the horse reviver to actually revive it. And the worst thing is the fact that I cannot actually get this horse again until the epilogue, so I wasn't about to run that risk again. Come to think of it, the only reason I was even out here in the middle of nowhere was because I was gonna collect the debt from Strauss, the guy who sent me on this damn mission in the first place. But after that, I had a devious idea, because they have the horse that's still alive and a Maxim gun. So obviously I was gonna go and collect my debt from this guy, but even in his drunken induced stupor, he probably would not be able to unsee the sheer incentive to not repay me over here. So I'm pretty sure he's going to give me back the money one way or another, and I'm not taking a drink because I'm not a drunk like you. Oh yeah? Lassoed you through your son. Hey, get out. Okay, now you're done. Is that any way to treat the guy who loaned you?
I'm just gonna check the pocket.
Yep.
I don't want another beating.
Thank you for being so cooperative. But as you heard from the son himself, he's been beaten by his dad, his drunk and abusive dad. And I do not like that at all, not one bit. So he has to suffer, one way or another. The easiest way is to just put a bullet between his eyes and he dies, but that's the boring part. So I'm just gonna step out of the house and take my new toy and park it at your front yard, because I'm pretty sure he'll want a front row seat to this. Feeling comfortable there? It's time for you to be judged and executed. Why can't I pick him up? Oh my god, that's so lame. I can't pick him up. Wait, oh, I can push him. Ah, okay, this is great. may take a lot of time, and I do mean quite a fair bit of time considering the fact that the movement dynamics by pushing him like that isn't the most efficient, but I'm gonna try and push him all the way outside. It may take me a while, so bear with me here. So I'm just gonna nudge him slowly, ever so slowly, to the door. Come on, dude, just move. Move out the door, man. Come on, move. Move out the door so I can shoot you dead. Can your son hear you from outside? I wonder if he can hear the screams that you leave behind. Ah, God, it took me the better half of the entire day to do this. It's nighttime already, so don't say I do nothing for you guys. Anyways, time for the most fun moment of the video. Just shooting him with a machine gun until there's nothing left. Alright, I think that's enough. That's like about 3 minutes of continuous shooting. You alright there, Mr. LG? Sounding real quiet after a second or so.
Theoretically, yes, but essentially just a headless, boneless torso.
I'm surprised the game actually lets you do all this anyways. The next couple of missions in this entire chapter will result in, for a lack of better terms, a lot of stress, heartache, and emotional scarring. Despite the fact that I've said I'm a pretty toxic person, I'm not about to put you guys through that because I'm not an evil person. So it's time for me to jump ship and crash land in the middle of the ocean, hopefully so I can swim to a nice tropical island or get washed up on a nice tropical island in the middle of nowhere. So I hope you guys enjoy my descent into madness as well as exploiting and doing a lot of different things in this game thus far. And while Arthur is busy struggling against the waves, hopefully his suit is entirely preserved because that's the one-of-a-kind suit that I'm never gonna get back again. And I will see you when I wash up on shore.